Northeastern region used to have 3 territories which are now Bangladesh and Myanmar in several ports, including Chittagong, Situate and Yangon, as well as to what is now termed as mainland India. Tea, coal and petroleum used to reach the Chittagong and Kolkata port through the Brahmaputra, Padma, Meghna, riverine waterways, as well as through the railway lines through the present Bangladesh. The Chittagong port had been constructed in response to the demand of the Assam tea planters for the railway link in Chittagong port. The 150-kilometer long railway track between Chittagong and Comilla was opened to the traffic in 1895. The Comilla, Mohisason, Karimganj and Badarpur section was opened in 1896 and 98 and extended Lamding in 1903. The other side, the 64-kilometer long railway line from Dibrugarh to Makum was opened to passenger traffic in 1883, and it was gradually extended to Dibru-Sodia line in 1915. There was also a proposal to install a track from Lidu to Myanmar, then Burma. So that was actually the linkage through railway, through roadways and through waterways. The linkage were made from Assam, and that was missing. Now, thanks to our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, now after Act East policy, after signing a protocol with Bangladesh, after signing protocol with the Bangladesh, now we are getting access to the Mongla and Chittagong port. So now, I will not take much of time because our Honorable Chief Minister is here, so he will speak in details. I will not take much of your time, but I must extend our thanks that under the dynamic leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji, in 2014 the Act East policy was unveiled to Assam and Northeastern region, and through which now we are making relationship with Southeast Asian countries. Assam is working closely with the Government of India, establishing the direct flights between Guwahati and major ASEAN cities and BBN countries. The Udan International Scheme envisages direct flights from Guwahati to some of the major cities of ASEAN and BBN countries. The utilization of the Chittagong and the Mongla port by vessels from the Government of India through the Ministry of Shipping is already started. On the initiative of Act East Policy Affairs Department, including regular correspondence with the Central Ministry of Shipping, an agreement and SOP has been already made. Apart from that, the trilateral highways also giving us more facilities on the roadways, and Situate port at Myanmar will connect northeastern regions. So that is another good initiative from Government of India. Now the national plan and PM GatiShakti would promote holistic planning and development throughout the country. All infrastructure and logistics will be integrated on the single GIS-based platform. It will undoubtedly facilitate rapid movement of goods in the economy at competitive and cost-effective way, and accelerate trade and commerce and business in the region. So under under the dynamic and visionary leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister, Assam is working very proactively to make our good relationship with Southeast Asian countries and BBN countries. And so far our connectivity is concerned. So highway is up to the mark as on today. And our waterways also already, Borak River is dredged and Brahmaputra River is under dredging. And Bangladesh part is also will be dredged by the Bangladesh government with the help of Government of India. And airways also, we are up to the mark as on today. And our Honorable Chief Minister also taking initiative, and that's why we are in a position to make the connectivity of northeastern regions by air. Railway also, electric railway started here. Railway is also up to the mark. So that way our connectivity is developed. So I am confident that the initiative of PM GatiShakti program would facilitate northeastern region to analyze the critical gaps and create a robust network of infrastructure and logistics to make this program success. So I'd like to request, I'll not take much of your time, I'd like to request our Honorable Minister that we need one technical support, technical team from Government of India, because it is a new concept actually, and this is a good concept through which our economy will boost and northeastern region as a whole will be benefited. So we need one technical team from Government of India. With these few words, I extending thanks to the organizers for organizing this conclave here in Assam, and thanks to both the ministers of Petroleum, and thanks to our colleague ministers from northeastern region, and thanks to our most visionary and dynamic Chief Minister of Assam, under whose leadership now we are planning, we are pausing in a position that Assam will become one of the 5 richest states of the country, like before independence, which we were. So under his leadership, under the leadership of our Chief Minister, so we are working very hard. And if one technical team is given to implement this project from Government of India, I hope it will be a nice, you see, it will be good for us. So with these words, thanking you all, I conclude my speech. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your thoughts on this occasion. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are extremely glad and honored to have amidst us now the Honorable Chief Minister of Assam, Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma. And now we'd like to welcome him in the traditional way. He'll be welcomed by the Secretary, Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, Government of India, Shri Pankaj Jain. With a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome the Honorable Chief Minister of Assam, Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma. We welcome you, sir, and I'd also request all our dignitaries on the dais to kindly light the ceremonial lamp. I request all our dignitaries on the dais to kindly light the ceremonial lamp. Shubham karoti kalyanam, arogyam dhana sampadaha, shatru buddhi vinashaya, dvipa jyoti namastute.
Vakratunda mahakaya, surya koti samaprabha, nirvignam kuru me deva, sarvakaryeshu sarvada. Vakratunda mahakaya, surya koti samaprabha, nirvignam kuru me deva, sarvakaryeshu sarvada. Vakratunda mahakaya, surya koti samaprabha, कार्येषु सर्वदा वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा।
थैंक यू। अब हम विनम्र आग्रह करते हैं तेल एवं प्राकृतिक गैस मंत्रालय के माननीय केंद्रीय राज्य मंत्री श्री रामेश्वर तेली जी से कि आज के इस सभा में अपने मूल्यवान विचार वे व्यक्त करें।
नमस्कार। गतिशक्ति के 6वें इस संस्करण में आज इस मंच पर उपस्थित हमारे डायनेमिक लीडर और हमारी भारत सरकार के पेट्रोलियम एवं प्राकृतिक गैस और शहरी विकास मंत्री हरदीप सिंह पुरी जी, इस मंच पर उपस्थित हमारे असम के लोकप्रिय मुख्यमंत्री हिमंत बिश्व शर्मा जी, इस सभा में उपस्थित हमारी असम सरकार के इंडस्ट्री और परिवहन विभाग के मंत्री चंद्रमोहन पटवारी जी, हमारे नागालैंड के माइंस एंड मिनरल मंत्री कसिहुंग संगथा जी, हमारे सिक्किम के परिवहन मंत्री कोंगा निमा लेखातास जी, इस सभा में उपस्थित हमारे त्रिपुरा के मनोज क्रांति देव जी, हमारे पेट्रोलियम मंत्रालय के सेक्रेटरी पंकज जैन जी, राजेंद्र जी, जेएस डीपीआईआईटी जी, और इस सभा में उपस्थित हमारे आईओसीएल के सीएमडी एस के वैद्य जी, सीएमडी ऑल इंडिया मिश्रा जी, हमारे बीसीपीएल के एमडी रिफ हाजरिका जी, केंद्र सरकार और राज्य सरकार के पीयूष अधिकारीगण और मीडिया के बंधुगण। सड़क, रेल, पाइपलाइन या जलमार्ग से क्षेत्रों की सब सरलता से जोड़ना विकास का एक महत्वपूर्ण आधार है। उद्योग के फीडबैक के साथ साथ उपलब्ध डाटा से पता चलता है कि यातायात के बहुमार्ग के होने से अर्थव्यवस्था की काफी लाभ मिलता है। प्रधानमंत्री गतिशक्ति कार्यक्रम के 6वें क्षेत्रीय आयोजन का गुवाहाटी असम में होना पूर्वोत्तर में हम सबके लिए एक गर्व का विषय है। हमारा पूर्वोत्तर तेल और गैस के क्षेत्र में हमेशा से आगे रहा है। देश में तेल की पहली बूंद असम में ही खोज हुई थी। तेल और गैस के खोजने, प्राप्त करने, भेजने आदि की प्रणाली के विकास से रोजगार बढ़ता है और कौशल विकास भी होता है। जैसा कि दिनांक 14 अक्टूबर 2021 को प्रगति मैदान में गति शक्ति कार्यक्रम के शुभारंभ के दौरान प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने विस्तार से बताया था। विकास से जुड़े सभी मौजूदा और आने वाले पहलुओं को एकजुट करने के लिए एक नेशनल मास्टर प्लान की जरूरत है। एक ऐसा प्लान जो अर्थव्यवस्था से जुड़े क्षेत्रों और गतिविधियों की अंतिम चरम तक जोड़ने और विकास का एक सूत्रधार बने। मल्टी मॉडल कनेक्टिविटी प्रधानमंत्री गतिशक्ति पहल का प्रमुख आधार है। सप्लाई चेन से जुड़े हुए अलग अलग एजेंसियों के एकत्रीकरण की जरूरत को यह पहल और जोर देगा। अब समय आ गया है कि व्यवस्था में खामियों को कम किया जाए। गतिशक्ति के द्वारा हमारी सरकार प्रणालियों और नीतियों को मजबूत रूप से समाहित करने की प्रक्रिया में है, जिसे हम विश्व स्तर पर और मजबूत रूप से उभरे। पेट्रोलियम और प्राकृतिक गैस मंत्रालय के नजरिए से प्राकृतिक गैस पाइपलाइनों की राष्ट्रीय मास्टर प्लान का हिस्सा बनाया गया है। मुंबई नागपुर झारझुगा गैस पाइपलाइन, गुरुदासपुर जम्मू श्रीनगर गैस पाइपलाइन, मुद्रा पानीपत क्रूड ऑयल पाइपलाइन परियोजनाओं और पूर्वोत्तर गैस ग्रिड जैसी कुछ परियोजनाओं को भी अतिरिक्त प्रभावशाली परियोजनाओं के रूप में पहचाना गया है। समुदाय और संपूर्ण विकास जरूरी है और इसके लिए पेट्रोलियम और प्राकृतिक गैस मंत्रालय बुनियादी ढांचे का विकास और कौशल विकास दोनों के लिए प्रयास कर रहा है। दूसरे मंत्रालयों, राज्य सरकारों और वैज्ञानिक संस्थानों के संयोजन से अलग अलग स्थानों पर अंचल सम्मेलन आयोजित किए गए हैं, जिसका उद्देश्य कुछ इस प्रकार है। पीएम गति शक्ति के साथ जुड़ने के लिए राज्यों और जागरूक बनाना और उनका क्षमता निर्णय कराना, राज्य मास्टर प्लान के लिए रोड मैप तैयार कराना, राज्य स्तर पर पीएम गति शक्ति का फ्रेमवर्क तैयार करना। यह भी आवश्यक है कि हम अपनी गति की नागरिकों तक प्रभावी ढंग से पहुंचाएं। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के इस पर जोर दिया है, इसलिए राज्य सरकारों को भी गति शक्ति संबंधी पहलुओं का प्रचार करना होगा। आज की इस दौर में यह भी आवश्यक है कि राज्य सरकारों इस प्रयासों में आईटी का अधिक से अधिक इस्तेमाल करें। मैं आशा करता हूं कि हम सब साथ मिलकर माननीय प्रधानमंत्री श्री मोदी जी के इस सपनों को साकार करने का पूरा प्रयास करेंगे। मेरी बहुत शुभकामनाएं। धन्यवाद। जय हिंद।
Thank you, sir, for sharing your thoughts. Ladies and gentlemen, may I now take the honor of requesting the visionary leader who has set out with concrete steps to bring his vision of transforming and regenerating the petroleum and natural gas sector, the Honorable Union Minister of Petroleum and Natural Gas, Government of India, Shri Hardeep Singh Puri ji, to address the august gathering. Kindly, sir.
असम के लोकप्रिय और डायनामिक मुख्यमंत्री डॉक्टर हिमंता बिस्वा शर्मा जी, my colleague in the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, Shri Rameshwar Teli ji, Honorable Ministers Shri Chandra Mohan Patwari ji, Shri Manoj Kanti Dev ji, Shri Kashiho Sangtam ji, Shri Kunga Nima Lepcha ji, my colleague Secretary in the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, CMD of Indian Oil, IOCL, Shri Vaidya ji, my colleague Shri Ratnu ji, ladies and gentlemen, I personally deem it a great privilege to be able to participate in this meeting for the northeastern region for PM's GatiShakti initiative and process. You will recall that the Honorable Prime Minister had launched this initiative in October 2021, and after that there have been a number of regional conferences. The one for the Western Zone took place, led by the Ministry of Port and Shipping in November 2021. The one for the Northern Zone took place in Lucknow in December 21, led by the Department of Telecom. The one for the Eastern Zone was an online conference on 7 January 22, and Central Zone by Ministry of Civil Aviation also online. Southern Zone was partly online in January. So I'm very happy that this conference is taking place in physical mode. And I'm deeply grateful not only to the Honorable Chief Minister for being present, but also for the other state ministers to be personally present here. Why is it that I am so happy that my ministry is the coordinating agency for this northeastern region? Because I have always maintained, and I said so in September last year when I came here, that our future lies in the need to increase exploration and production. And if you will remember, I said on that occasion that it is our intention to increase the area under exploration and production from 25,000 square kilometers to 50,000 square kilometers. And we took that decision. But yesterday I reviewed one of the OMCs, the oil companies, and I was very happy to find that in the area of, this is Oil India, that in the area of crude, in 4 years their production will go up by about 48%, and in the case of gas it will go up by 89%. Why is it important to increase the area under exploration and production? Quite apart from the current developments taking place on account of exacerbation of tension and military action in Russia and Ukraine, the fact of the matter is that we are a growing economy. Last year, the economy grew at 9.2%. Our per capita consumption of energy is 1/3 of the global average, but it is growing. So with an 85% dependence on imports for crude and 50% on gas, I think we can do no better. The greatest service we can do for our economy is to increase the area under exploration and production, which we have regrettably neglected in previous decades. And I see Assam, Northeast, and the states of the Northeast as the key to that future. So I'm very happy that the state governments are all collaborating with us, and we are going to take this forward. PM's GatiShakti, as I wrote in an article in October, I think in the Indian Express, is an inflection point in the history of our nation. It will transform India's infrastructure and logistics to compete with the world's leading economies. It will achieve, through a master plan, major projects across sectors like petroleum, railways, highways, utilities. They will have a unified vision for accelerated and efficient execution. We will bring synergies between multimodal transportation, logistics and supply chain. Today the Honorable PM, whom we all of us gathered here had the privilege of listening, he said that the logistic cost can be as high as 13-14%. Now in most economies which are regarded as efficient, logistics costs can be brought down to 6 or 7%. Now, somebody during a press interaction was asking me, what all have you been able to do? I said, I'm greatly impressed that fresh fruit grown in the beautiful parts of the Northeast can straightaway be airlifted and marketed in the consuming centers in the Gulf and elsewhere. And that connectivity, which is a very important part of any country's economic development, is being looked at in a multimodal setting through the PM GatiShakti program. Indian goods and services will move on an express lane, and Indian industry will be able to match the export capabilities of manufacturing hubs like China, Taiwan and South Korea. In her budget speech, the Honorable Finance Minister reaffirmed our government's focus and priority for the rupees 100 lakh crore PM GatiShakti mission by allocating rupees 20,000 crores for fiscal years 22-23. What we are currently trying to achieve is a paradigmatic shift in the concept and design of future infrastructure development, which means that when Mr. Vaidya, who is the CMD of IOCL, when he plans a big project, any project, he will contact his counterparts, we will contact the state governments, we will contact the other stakeholders and say, well, this is a project that the IOCL has in mind, ambitious, capital expenditure project going over. Now, talking about capital expenditure, very few countries can take pride in the manner we can, that in the last budget, the Honorable Finance Minister announced that the capital expenditure will go up by 35% from 5.5 lakh crores to 7.5 lakh crores. And that money is also being made available to the states. So if a state government gets 1 lakh crore, the state government can utilize that 1 lakh crore over a 5-year period in order to plan. But the planning will not be as hitherto in silos, where everybody is doing is you lay one pipeline. By the time you're through, you discover somebody else could have utilized the execution effort of that pipeline. I mentioned to you yesterday how happy I was that when I undertook a review of one of the oil companies, and I was very happy to find that their plans are now for slated. This is just one of the companies. Now I will be sitting down with all of them to see how we can all pool our resources and look at those increase in figures. And one of the decisions we took last time is you can take a very good decision, but the implementation schedule gets sequentiated, which means 6 months for this, 7 months for that, and so on. I think we've decided in principle, and Secretary, who incidentally also happens to be from the Assam cadre, but from this region, we will try and compress the approvals, etc. So what has to be completed in 5 or 6 years can be completed in 1 or 2 years. So once again, thank you all very much. Thank you, Chief Minister, for your wholehearted support. I want to take this opportunity of conveying through my colleagues, the state ministers, to the chief ministers of the other states, those who are here, their chief ministers, you know, Sikkim, Nagaland, Manipur, Tripura, and all those who could not be represented, but their officials are here. I want to thank the Department of DPIIT thank my colleague, senior colleague, Mr. Piyush Goyal also, and all my colleagues. I think PM GatiShakti is truly, in terms of conception and design, a remarkable initiative. But what is even more remarkable is the pace at which this message is going out. And now all the stakeholders are participating in this process, which will bring about a paradigmatic shift. Thank you all very much.
We thank Honorable Union Minister, sir, for inspiring us with his words. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Chief Minister of Assam, Dr. Himanta Biswa Sarma, known for his hard work, perseverance, and mass connect, is dedicated for all-inclusive growth and development of Assam in all sectors. His government is all set to take Assam to lead from the front in India's growth. May I now humbly request the Honorable Chief Minister of Assam, Dr. Himanta Biswa Sarma, to kindly address the House.
Honorable Minister, Petroleum, Natural Gas, Housing and Urban Affairs, Government of India, Sri Hardeep Singh Puri ji, Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum and Natural Gas, Labour and Employment, Sri Rameshwar Teli, my colleague, Sri Chandra Mohan Patwari, Sri Manoj Kantri Deb, Minister Industry from Government of Tripura, Sri Kasia Sangtamji, Honorable Minister from Nagaland, Sri Kunga Nima Lapse, Minister from Government of Sikkim, Sri Pankaj Join, Secretary, Ministry for Petroleum and Natural Gas, Sri Srikant Baidya, Chairman IOCL, Sri Rajendra Rathore, Joint Secretary DPIT, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, morning when I have in fact about to come to Guwahati from Upper Assam for joining this meeting, I got a news that our Honorable Minister Sri Hardeep Singh Puri ji has to rush basically to oversee the evacuation program for the citizen, those who are stuck in Ukraine. So I know that today we have extremely constrained by the time, so I do not want to go in depth, but the very presence of Sri Radisson Puriji in this today's meeting send a loud signal that how much Government of India care for Northeast and how much we are going to be benefited by PM GatiShakti Master Plan. Already the theme has been explained. We all have witnessed the historic inauguration of PM GatiShakti Master Plan in Pragati Maidan. We have seen, we have heard the speech of Prime Minister that how he wants to bring a paradigm shift in the development of our country. The same has been reaffirmed by the last union budget, where lot of emphasis has been laid on PM GatiShakti. For a region like Northeast, which is connected to mainland only through by a chicken neck, we can understand how important to have a master plan on connectivity. So this is a very, very unique initiative by Government of Assam, by our Government of India, by our Honorable Prime Minister. I think nation will remember for long for presenting such a grand vision for the country and backed by budgetary allocation. Sometimes there is a vision, there is a determination, but it is not backed by budgetary resources. Prime Minister's vision for PM GatiShakti Master Plan is being backed by budgetary resources. And just now, our Honorable Minister, Sri Puriji, has mentioned that before actually Master Plan is completely in our presented, already 20,000 crore has been put on this year budget for implementing the same. Government of Assam is completely on board. We have already instituted a 3-tier institutional framework with an empowered group of secretaries at the top, with our Chief Secretary as chairman and senior-most secretaries of the state government department as members to become a complete stakeholder in preparation of PM GatiShakti Master Plan. We have also set up a network planning group comprising senior officers from the different departments dealing with planning and networking the infrastructure development project. We have further constituted a technical group support unit with technical person for active collaboration in Bishag and to develop the master plan. We have also initiated capacity building and training program for concerned professionals and officials to ensure that our initiative under PM GatiShakti do translate into tangible actions on the ground. Sir, I do not want to add much more. I don't want to elaborate my speech. Only I'll request that let state government and different ministry cooperate in such a manner that we can not only produce a very, very effective master plan, and also we can produce the implementation, basically implementation framework to implement each and every point which will take place in the master plan. Of course, Minister Puriji is here. I'd like to thank from the government of Assam also. First time in this year budget, central government has made a special allocation of 1 lakh crore for developing capital project in the state. Allocation for state has been fixed at 70,000 crore. Even government of Assam has been informed our annual allocation of 2,500 crore for this year capital project. So these are very, very important and effective steps which Government of India is taking under the leadership of Prime Minister. I'd like to thank Honorable Prime Minister for this great initiative. Coming back to oil and natural gas sector, in Assam, we are actively cooperating with all our stakeholders to see that the vision of our minister to increase the oil and natural gas production actually translated reality in the state. We are completely in sync with Oil India, ONGC and other private players, and we are working closely to achieve that. I have one request to Honorable Minister. State government has formally requested Government of India to allocate some share of Oil India Limited in favor of Government of Assam. The primary reason that once people of Assam know that state government is also a stakeholder in Oil India, then various local problem gets diluted immediately, and that actually help us to help Oil India for their various plan of exploration. We have seen that after we get share in NRL, when we increase our stake in NRL 26% from 12%, Oil India has got the major share in NRL. We are implementing the project in NRL basically in lightning speeds. All problem gets resolved immediately because people know that they are stakeholders in the project. So my request, Pankaj Joinji is here. He is from our cadre only. So Honorable Minister is here, so that this request of the state government is favorably considered and we are given some equity, and obviously whatever is the process, we are ready to follow that. So that will be my humble request. Otherwise, I think we know that everything is going very, very positively. Honorable Minister has mentioned about the capital investment. I am very happy to inform that this year, in compared to last year, Assam has increased capital expenditure by 27%. So this year we have accomplished 27% more capital investment in compared to last year. Our GDP has also grown over 12%. So all these are very, very good signal for the state of Assam. And I am sure that with this kind of initiative like PM GatiShakti, Assam and Northeast will be able to join in the best state, the league of the best state in the country. Thank you very much once again, and I hope that we'll get continued support from everyone. Thank you so much.
আমি অসমৰ মাননীয় মুখ্যমন্ত্ৰী মহোদয়লৈ ধন্যবাদ জ্ঞাপন কৰিলোঁ। Ladies and gentlemen, we are indeed honored to have with us today our esteemed panel of guests whose presence has inspired and motivated us and has made this inaugural session a success. So as a token of gratitude, we would like to present a wax replica of the Pride of Assam, that is the one-horned rhino. This wax replica is made of Indian Oil's own product, rhino wax, manufactured at Digboi Refinery in Assam, which is also the oldest refinery in the world. Paraffin wax from Digboi Refinery is a specialty product of Indian Oil, which is used in many items of our daily use. In furtherance to development of local artisans, the one-horn wax replica giveaway has been developed as one of its kind by a local artisan of the state of Assam. We present this token of gratitude to the Honorable Chief Minister of Assam, Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma. It will be presented by Shri Pankaj Jain, Secretary, Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. A beautiful wax replica of the Pride of Assam, the one-horned rhino. We'd now like to present this wax replica of the one-horned rhino to our Honorable Union Minister of Petroleum and Natural Gas, Shri Hardeep Singh Puriji, and it will be presented by Shri Pankaj Jain. Can we continue with our round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? The wax replica of the Pride of Assam, the one-horned rhino, which is made of Indian Oil's own product, rhino wax, manufactured at Digboi Refinery in Assam. We present the token of gratitude to Sri Rameshwar Telimohoday, the Honorable Union Minister of State in the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. It will be presented by Sri S.M. Vaidya, Chairman IOCL. I now request Sri S.M. Vaidya sir to kindly present it to Sri Chandramohan Patwari, Honorable Minister of Industries and Commerce, Public Enterprises, Transport, Skill, Employment and Entrepreneurship. Now Sri D.S. Nanavare, Director Pipelines IOCL, will present the token of gratitude to Sri V. Kasivo Sanctum, Honorable Minister for Soil and Water Conservation, Government of Nagaland. Sri D.S. Nanavare sir will present it to Sri Kunga Nima Lepcha, the Honorable Minister for Education, Law, Legislative and Parliamentary Affairs, Government of Sikkim. I now request Sri S.C. Mishra, CMD Oil, to kindly present it to the Honorable Minister for Food and Civil Supplies and Consumer Affairs, Industries and Commerce, Sri Manoj Kanti Dev, sir. We'll also present it to Sri Pankaj Jain, the Secretary, Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. And it will be presented by Sri G. Ramesh, the Executive Director and State Head of Indian Oil. We now present this token of gratitude to Sri Rajendra Ratnu, Joint Secretary, DPIIT, and it will be presented by Sri Sanjay Kumar, Executive Director, Marketing NG and RLNG, GAIL. I request Sri Sanjay Kumar to kindly present it to Sri S.M. Vaidya, the Chairman, Indian Oil Corporation Limited. It's there. Thank you, everyone. We have almost come to the end of this inaugural session, so may I now humbly request Sri S.M. Vaidya, Chairman IOCL, to kindly deliver the vote of thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, the PM GatiShakti is an initiative that reflects a paradigm shift in the country's approach towards developmental planning. I take this opportunity to express my sincere gratitude to the Honorable Chief Minister of Assam, Dr. Hemanta Biswa Sarmaji, for gracing the function and sharing his vision for the development of the state of Assam. The presence of Sri Hardeep Singh Puriji in today's event is a reflection of the importance that is attached to the GatiShakti Northeastern Zone Conference and his commitment to energize the northeastern part of the country. I would like to thank him for his steadfast support and guidance. Sri Rameshwar Teliji has been actively involved in implementation of various projects in the Northeast region, and I thank him for his continuous confidence in us and for guiding us. I am also thankful to all the honorable ministers representing the participating states for their gracious presence. Last but not the least, I would like to thank my own ministry, Sri Pankaj Jainji, and of course the DPIIT for making this wonderful occasion a grand success. Thank you one and all. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we shall now be breaking for lunch. I request our officials to kindly escort our dignitaries on the dais to the next room for a media interaction. I also request our media people to kindly proceed to the next room for the media interaction. And ladies and gentlemen, we once again thank our respected dignitaries for their esteemed presence. After lunch, we shall be having presentations by Indradhanush Gas Grid Limited, Brahmaputra Cracker and Polymer Limited, Numaligarh Refinery Limited, we also have presentations by NF Railway, Adani Total Gas Limited, GE Gas Power Limited. And we'll also have a breakout session in the adjacent room for hands-on training by BISAC. So we'll be back in half an hour. Hope you all enjoy your lunch. Thank you one, thank you all.
Thank you.
Hello. I hope you all enjoyed your lunch. Well, now I would request all our delegates to kindly take their seat inside the main hall as we are about to start our last session of the day. I request all our delegates to kindly take their seat inside the main hall. We'll start the last session of the day. Okay. Well, in this last session, we have a few presentations. And I'd also like to mention that at the same time, as we proceed with the presentation, we'll also have a hands-on demonstration at the adjacent hall. So in one time, I would request around 30 to 40 delegates to kindly... So yes, it'll be 50 delegates who can... 15? 15, I'm so sorry, it's 15. So yeah, so we'll have 15 delegates who'd be, who can take a hands-on experience. So that'll be held in the next hall. And here we'll start off with our presentations. For our first presentation of the last session of the day, may I invite Mr. Yogesh Verma, the Chief Engineer, Planning and Design, NF Railway, Ministry of Railways. Sir, can we have you on stage, please? It will be followed by a presentation by the Adani Total Gas Limited.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself from NF Railway. We will present on what are the major projects going on in the northeast region from which are executed by NF Railway. This is our NF Railway map, which covers around 10 states. And this total track length cover is around 6,700. And new lines are coming around 1,249 kilometers. These are the under construction by NF Railway. We are also doing the electrification work in NF Railway, and we have already completed around 726 kilometers, and we are targeting up to March 2024, the full NF Railway portion will be electrified. Some characteristics of NF Railways are that we are constructing maximum number of tunnels in the northeast regions, and the maximum length of tunnel is 10.28 kilometers, which is coming in the Manipur. And we are also have the longest rail bridge, that is in the Bogeybill, and we are also constructing world's largest pier bridge in the Manipur, that is 141 meter from MSL. And we have the longest elephant corridor, 438 kilometers, and the longest strategic lines, around 3,700 kilometers. And we have the GOOM stations at the highest location, highest MSL, 7,407 feet. In the GatiShakti multi-cargo projects, we have identified around 6 projects. Which one? One is the Jogi Gopa. From the morning, the Jogi Gopa, that GatiShakti project is also coming, and we have also identified the 6 projects in the northeast regions. 2 are in the Assam, that is Bayhata, Jogi Gopa, Deotola, and Balurghat and Bayhata. And other multimodal projects are also coming. One is in the front of the Bogeybill projects. Now we come to the railway infrastructure major projects, which are connecting to the capital city of Northeast. These are the 6 national projects. One is connecting to the Manipur, that is Jiribam Imphal. Another is connecting to the Nagalands. Next is the Bhairvi Sarang project, Sevak Rangpo, and the other is Barnihat Shillong. This is the Jiribam Imphal new projects. It is connecting Jiribam to Imphal, and up to Khongsong we have already done the trial for the running of the goods train, and in the March 22 we will start the train up to Khongsang, and we are targeting to complete this project up to December 23. The other project is Dimapur Kohima. In this project, in this year we have already completed up to Sukhoi 16.5 5 kilometers, and up to March 26 we will complete up to Kohima. Another project is Bhairavi Sarang. In this project we will complete up to March 24, up to 51 kilometers will be completed. Another is a Sevak Rangpo project. It will connect Sikkim, and it is 44 kilometers, and out of 44 kilometers, 39 kilometers is the under tunneling. And we are targeting this project up to 23. Another is Tetalia Barnihart. Up to Barnihart we have already done construction work, and out of 29 kilometers, 21 kilometers we have already completed, and up to March 2023 we will reach up to Barnihart. And in Barnihart, Shillong, we have some land problem. After land problem, we will solve this problem also. We are also working on the international connectivity projects. So that one is that Nepal connecting the Viratnagar, another is 3 in the this Bangladesh, Agartala, Akhura, Mesasan, Bangladesh Point, and Balurghat Hilly. And another one survey has already started from Imphal to More. After completion of this project, means from More to Mesasan, and Mesasan through Bangladesh, we can run the train up to Calcutta. By this, we can reduce our time to around 40. Now we are taking, suppose, say 44 hours. It will be completed in 16 hours via Bangladesh. And this, after completion of this project, it will be the gateway for the this one Southeast Asia country. See here, Imphal is there. This is Imphal. This is the means connecting projects of Imphal More that will connect Southeast Asia countries. We are also doing the doubling projects. Main doubling projects is from one is the Bogaygaon to Guwahati via Gwalpada, and another is from the Agyathuri. And they both are in the advanced stage, and we are planning to complete up to December 2023, both the projects. We are also working on the safety enhancement and the line capacity by modernizing our railway tracks. For that, a lot of work is going on. One is on the Kavach. Because we have to run our train from 100 to 110, then 110 to 130. For that, we are using latest modern technology. The one is the Kavach with the use of LTE. By this system, we can increase up to speed of 130. And we are also doing the automatic block signaling. By automatic block signaling, our speed will be enhanced to up to 130. And again, it 110 to 160 we will hope in future. We are also doing the advanced interlocking, so that from now at present we are working on the system at one station to one station, but by introduction of centralized traffic control and electronic controlling, from one station we can control 30 or 40 stations at a one time. And we are also introducing intermediate block system. By that we can speed our line capacity. We have also installed the honeybee sound system at the level crossing gate, so that we can save the elephants in the elephant corridor, because we have around 430 kilometers our railway track in the elephant zones. And we are also using the modern technology like artificial intelligence and IoT in our railway systems. We are also using AI power monitoring systems for the hill section, so that online monitoring can be done, and so that prevent the major disaster. This is the first mechanized bridge inspection unit that is installed on the Bogeyville project. By this we can inspect our bridge in a very minutely way, and we can also do the inspection. This bridge is around 5.1 kilometers long. We are also installing OFC acoustic-based institution system. By this, we can take the signature of the elephant, and by detecting, we can regulate our trains and prevent the death of the elephants. We are also running Rail Kaushal Vikas Yojana. By that, we are training the outsider. We are also running the Kisan Rail so that the villagers can transport their commodities. We have one our heritage section, that is Darjan Himalaya Railway. We have also run the Vista Dome services in the Guwahati Badarpur sections, and more trains we are also running. One is running in the Guwahati section and one is running the New Jalpaiguri Darjeeling section. Sir. We are also planning for the Bharat Gaurav scheme. In this, we will run the hospital trains so that we can reach to the remote area and do some service to the nation. We are also planning the world-class station at Kamakhya, and which is connected with the ropeway from the Kamakhya station to the Ma Kamakhya temple to the Kamakhya station to the Ma Kamakhya temple. This is the planning, and for this NOC has received from the state government, and we are planning this project in the PPP model. In future, I think if it is finalized, then it will be great service to the nation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your presentation. Our next presentation is by Adani Total Gas Limited. The presentation will be made by Mr. Swapna Ranjan Ray, Geographical Area Head. Sir, may we have you on stage, please? After this presentation, we have our next presentation by the GE Gas Power Limited.
Good afternoon, honorable dignitaries, respected delegates, and gentlemen and ladies of this hall, as well people who are connected through the web. Practically, why it is Adani Gas, why it is not Adani Group? First, I'm trying to say that the purpose of this GatiShakti is basically focused on the pipeline project, as well combination and intersection between a state government, central government policies, as well the convenience process for combined pipeline and availing economical as well efficient and green fuel to the public of India. If you say our presence, so we have very strong presence in the logistics part. We are the largest owner of the this private port, as well we are in national highway projects. If we talk about the city gas distribution, we are the largest private group, private company in city gas distribution project. So basically, if we go to the city gas distribution, the basic dominating project for the city gas distribution is the steel pipeline and MDP pipe network. If you come to the Adani Total Gas Limited, it has experience of 8,000 kilometers of pipeline combining in steel and MDP. So with reference to this figure, practically before 2015, if any CGD is there, the gas tap-off may be available near to the CGD. But a recent days, after 9th or 10th or 11th CGD, the scenario is a little bit different because gas sourcing may be available or may not be available to the nearest area. So there are laying of more than 50 or say more than 60 kilometers of steel network. As well, the steel network and pipelines required for the distribution of the gas pipe in the city itself. So whenever we will trying to lay gas pipeline in a city, because in a gas sourcing pipeline, if it is offshore, then there is the main constraint is the land acquisition or ROU clearance. But inside the city, the major constraint is the encroachment part. Number two, existing underground pipelines, that may be water pipeline, that may be electrical cables also. We have missed that electrical part under the GatiShakti, where most of the cities or most of the metropolitan cities now are adopting ST power cable laying through the underground process. Although by Petroleum and Natural Gas Regulatory Board, there are very clear definition for the route nomenclature and the route position for the gas pipeline, water pipeline, as well as ST cables. But practically, it is not happening, where we are requiring state government support and central government supports. Because if we are going to apply for the pipeline, gas pipeline, inside the city, generally it is falling under PWD category. Whenever there is a crossing of the city or there is a gas sourcing of the pipeline, it may be national highway, that may be state highway, or that may be railway. These are the basic hurdles which comes under the pipeline category. Whenever we are applying for that one, there sometime we'll get the permission in the right time. There may be delay in the permission. Delay and timely permission, that is separate thing. The major part is the constraint in the laying of the pipeline. In case of communication cable, although there is a convenient way of horizontal drilling method, in case of gas pipeline, we have to go maximum cases for the open stretches. Even though there is SDD during reaming process, there is 80% chances of damaging of these FO cables. So either it is communication, power, or water or gas. All these are the utilities which is basic need of people of the 21st century, without which we can't sustain. Because this is the basically energy requirement, or you may say the life requirement of any this is the public right of any person in this India. So till date, we have developed some of our system to control, to combine, or to bring all the stations, all the districts of the Adani Total Gas under same roof. Considering the business, we are with Indian Oil in some of the geographical area. The parent company is Adani Total Gas Limited. In joint venture, it is with Indian Oil. Like in West Bengal, in Bardhaman district, we are operating with Indian Oil. There already CNG has been availed to the public. In Odisha, it is Adani Total Gas. In 3 districts, already CNG has been started. If you look at the impact of GatiShakti, very classic example is there. In Odisha, the locations where we are providing gas, the gas sourcing pipeline has still not reached. Why? Because there may be some constraint of water department, there may be some constraint of railway line, there may be constraint of some forest departments. Because of which we can't provide CNG through the planned pipeline. That's why, although our project is in full fledged, as a committed company to the public, as a commit to the PNGRB, we have started our CNG operation by taking gas through the cascades from 450 kilometers away from Durgapur. The logistic cost comes to around 70 to 75 rupees alone for the gas, apart from the gas purchase cost. But there we have to provide the gas on NH16 so that an ecosystem can be developed, and later on the CNG or PNG can be adopted in the city. So if you come to the geographical presence, now including Indian Oil Adani and Adani alone, including 11 CGD, we have operation in 18 states, 124 districts of India, where we are covering 19 crore of population. It is the largest private CGD company with 52 geographical area, which is spread over the 124 districts. This is the geographical map of Adani Total Gas presence. So we will not invest much more time on this. I am going to the northeast part. In the 11 CGD recently, PNGR has given LOI for these 15 districts of Assam. So in northeast, after Odisha and West Bengal, in 10 CGD and 9 CGD, in 11 CGD, we have 15 districts of Assam. As northeast is the most prominent state and most promising state from the infrastructure development point of view. So from the starting itself, if this pipeline can be integrated with the NHI plan and with the railway plan as the objective of this GatiShakti, then very easily this pipeline can be laid, which can be kept securely and safely. So providing pipelines in 15 districts of Assam in this environment of crossing water lines, NHI as well, some utilities, pipeline, water pipeline, as well FO, as all companies will progress rapidly in this infrastructure round. A combined effort as well, a strong support from the state government and central government will be requiring. The experience point of view, as we have experience of laying 8,000 kilometers, so we can contribute in the issues of GatiShakti as well inside the practical planning of pipeline laying, because we know at where which can be the major issue from the pipeline. We have also pressure from the PNG, but we can say we have a commitment to the public. Within such month of time, we have to provide natural gas to the people. Whether gas available or we have to arrange gas some LNG based, it does not matter commercially, but it is matter how to develop the ecosystem, how to provide the CNG or PNG to the in the authorized area of our company. So in the same fashion as the GatiShakti intends to integrity entire pipelines under GIS, we have started our inbuilt GI system in our GH. In our mature GI like Ahmedabad and Faridabad, this already has been installed. And we are in a process of this Adani Total Gas North Center at our Ahmedabad office, where we can monitor 128 district gas pipelines at a time. As we have a very huge network, 8,000 kilometers, and it is a very safety sensitive part. From the point of view local awareness, as well entering of gas pipeline inside the city, in the city posh areas, there is very chances of incident. Being a committed, society committed company, we have zero incident in our project since 10 years. So we are proud for that also. So in this, with a step for the GIS, what we are doing right now in our new districts, even in 10 CGD, you may say Baleswar or this Bardhaman or you say New Palwal, there we are taking data on every pipeline laid on day one itself, taking from the location of the tie-in joint, considering the geographical area, considering the offset of the pipeline with the central line of the road. All this data has been combined at our head office and it is incorporated in our GIS so that our north center, it can be monitored as well. In emergency action plan, supports can be provided from them. At the same time, we have a common call center, common emergency response number, which we are mentioning on our warning mat. Wherever we are laying pipeline, as a PNGRB guideline, there are warning mats over the steel pipeline or MDP line. The emergency number has been mentioned there. If anybody calls, it's going to only one number from which the GIS team can track the location and activate the area office so that it can be acknowledged by the company and emergency action plan can be done. Similarly, in other app, that is the My Adani Gas, WhatsApp billing and smart meter, these are the customer concentric part. And it also helps us to get these data from the GIS. In a GIS mapping, we are mapping our pipeline, so we can be easily map the customers side by that pipeline so that the marketing agency can be deployed in that area to get the registrations for the where we can provide the gas in a committed time. In the GIS, what we have explained, what also the central government has the intent of locating the pipeline and the integrity with giving the integrity with the other infrastructure. The additional advantage may be for the one dam, it is the network taking, outage analysis, suppose gas line punctured at some point. Not only we can stop the pipeline, not only we can repair that pipeline, also a customized SMS can be sent to the block of customers in that area so that they can be alert for say 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour gas may not be available. So it should be a surprise message for our customers. So it is a customer delightment which can be taken from this GIS. then integrating with the SCADA, then planning department, mobility management, network model builder, and the integration of the AMR. Then AMR is the automatic, that is the meter reading part, that is the commercial part. For HSE department, it is the most important part from HSE point of view, where third-party digging call analysis is going on. If anybody is digging at anywhere on the mentioned number of warning mat, if anybody called, based upon the analysis, based on the working of the other agency, automatically it will activate the Adani control room so that the concerned engineer and the O&M department can be mobilized at that location for fast action. And in the asset integrity management system, although it is a regulatory guideline, we have enhanced as well, we have strengthened our integrity system as a committed company towards the public safety. So we are, right now actually what is happening in the city area where we have laid our pipeline, we are watching into the petroleum. It is something like we are using marks, if virus come, we can protect it. But we should have focus on the integrity of the pipeline, where it can be restricted, where it can be acknowledged, where it can be aware, public, it implemented through the public awareness, so that pipe could not be ruptured. So for this also, we have started integrity of entire pipeline. Then the second thing, we have installed our own control system. Suppose in new GA, in new CGD, it may be applicable for the Northeast, because in a 15 districts, whenever we are availing CNG or PNG to anybody else, to any public area, there may be, we have to import this gas from far away distance of the gas, from gas source point. So that time, from monitoring of SCB movement through the public area, we have an inbuilt control system where our persons are sitting monitoring the overspeeding, starting from the overspeed of the vehicle, then their camera view of the surrounded area. For example, one of our vehicle which is coming from Dugapur to Bhadrak, first, every week we have around 40 to 50 alert messages from our control room that vehicle is running over 60 kilometers. Vehicle is standing in suppose public market area where driver used to take the food. So there the system has been changed because there is a continuous monitoring of the driver, continuous monitoring of the overspeeding, continuous monitoring on the geofencing, where the concerned O&M team can follow up with the driver not to stand the vehicle in the public area, as well not to overspeed the vehicle. So it is a control mechanism. With the GatiShakti, this control mechanism will be more convenient and more convertible also. It will enhance the safety of the public. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your presentation. Our next presentation is by GE Gas Power Limited. The presentation will be made by Mr. Shubhankar Sarkar, Regional Manager, Sales. I'd once again request our presenters to kindly keep it short. And after this presentation, we have 3 more presentations, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Good afternoon, all the delegates. So I'm representing GE. Before I came over here, I don't have any idea about this PM GatiShakti project, but after I reached here, so I understood the entire concept and initiatives of Government of India. First of all, thanks to taking such an initiative. Our offerings or proposals to chip in with this initiative is like that. We are basically manufacturing the gas turbines. Our GE is a bigger portfolio in India. We have many businesses with government departments. We are basically providing the power. And our purpose here is that we should have to provide the power at affordable cost, our green power, clean power, and adequate power. The power is not a need now. Power is a necessity nowadays. So with this, I want to show you the GE's presence in India. We are operating with 20,000 employees, more than 110 years of presence in India. We have 17 manufacturing locations all over the India. So our true Make in India initiative, where we are manufacturing everything, starting from steam turbine to gas turbine, transmission, distribution product, everything. It's a one-shop place where you can get all your products. So, we have more than 3,300 of gas turbines are operating in India. We have a research center in Bangalore. This is the global research center. We are providing the technical know-hows to all the technology owners. So now, what is gas turbine? Gas turbine is nothing burning of fuel inside of a gas turbine in a closed chamber. Use it, expand it in a turbine chamber, rotating a turbine, generating power in a simple cycle, then using the exhaust, generating more power through the steam turbine. This is depicted over here. You can see that. So now we have a multiple product to offer to this initiative or chip in with this initiative. One is that we have a mobile power. This is called a TM2500, which will generate up to a 34 megawatt of power. Then we have a LM power in Northeast. Our presence is there in BCPL. So we have different frames are operating in Northeast, 6B, 6F. 6F are newly commissioned in Assam Power Generation Company Limited in Namdu. So we are not operating anything in Northeast 7E, 9E, 13E, but certainly these GTs are there in India. 9Es are there in IOCL Paradeep, which are generating power for the process requirement of IOCL. Overall, we have a 9F in Northeast. This 9F is there in Tripura. OTPC is the owner of this 9F. GE has provided this GTs with our joint venture. Our technology license is BHL. We provide these GTs through BHL. This is successfully operating since last almost 10 years. We don't have any 9H emissions are there. So what is there? These products are the best-in-class products. These are and GT is a technology. You just see that firing temperature would be around 1,000 to 1,600 degrees centigrade, whereas a normal steel melting point of a steel of 1,400 degrees centigrade. So imagine a firing temperature at 1,000 degree to 1,100 degree to 1,600 degree centigrade and generating a power 100 megawatt, 200 megawatt, 300 megawatt is a technology. So we can offer from 3,400 megawatt to 571 megawatt in a simple cycle. We can generate 57 megawatt to somewhat around 660 megawatt in a one-on-one combined cycle and up to 838 megawatt in the 2-1-1 configuration. These are the configurations of GTs. In India, we are basically generating power up to 363 megawatt, which is there in OTPC and in the western part of India, gas-based thermal power station combined cycle. So, and we are offering the holistic solution to the customer. Most of these things are GTs are modular GTs, and these are the inevitable part of the process industries. Like if you are generating a petrochemical products, GTs is the inevitable part. Power energy guarantee is required. So if you need an energy guarantee, GTs are a part of that. So now we are moving from earlier 70s design to a now 2020-22 design, which we are increasing the firing temperature from 1,090 degrees centigrade to 1,600 degrees centigrade, coming up with a new machines, new technology, new metallurgy, where you can go for a more firing temperature. That means we want to use the most of the energy of the fuel. So it's a value for money for the customers. So we generate power most efficiently. The GE GTs are as good as 64% of efficiency, which is a world record, Guinness record. Nobody can match that efficiency. And globally, GE's GT are more than 50% in India. GTs are there, almost 90% of GT manufactured or licensed by GE. So here we are. Now I come to the point where we are, we have been started. Now renewable growth is not just on paper. This is now real. We are aggressively going for our renewables, where if more renewables, that will be complemented by GT only. Because at this moment, costly battery storage is a dream for us. But GT can provide that support 24 into round-the-clock power to the beneficiaries, to the commodity, to the industry, everywhere. This power is required. Power is not today's world, power is a necessity, and adequate power is a necessity. It's not a basic need. It's a necessity now. So now, if that is the case, then we need to generate power at dispatchable powers, means low-cost power, flexible power. Whenever power is required, just plug in and operate, generate power. So GTs are there. So our GT efficient to go to a full load within 30 minutes. Means, suppose you are in a shutdown mode, you just switch on, it will be in a full load at 30 minutes in combined cycle. In simple cycle, you can put a GT on base load within 20 minutes. So this is like a plug-in and operate. Suppose in a daytime, you have a lot of sunrises are there, you have a lot of power from the solar, but what about a night time? What about at 6 o'clock? So 6 o'clock, you just plug in this GTs, generate power. So this is why we say that it's a 24/7 power. So, and this is a technology, means no hot start, it's just a cold start. Plug in and operate, you get a power. So this is the similar things, quick start time, fast start, flexible. At part load, you can operate it 50% load, 60% load, 40% load. So from there, you can go to a base load very quickly. And this is the GT is manufacturing at our Belfort factory in France. So I felt that I should have to add one GT, how GT looks like. So this is the GT. Just think, if somebody is generating a 250 megawatt of power, he needs such a small machine to generate a 250 megawatt of power. And this is a 9FA machine which is operating in OTPC here. So this is a technology. Our blades are manufactured in a precision way with a better metallurgy, withstanding temperature, generating power, no shutdown till the time major outage will be there. So we are there. And now we're almost on the last page of my presentation. This is a modular design. Nowadays what we are doing, we are not built power plant at site. We modularize this, manufacturing at shop, supply that, just some plug-in type of job to be done, hookup to be required with the HRSGs, and complete job to be completed. 571 megawatt of power plant can be commissioned in 30 to 34 months from the date of financial closure or NTP date. So this is there, G is there in everywhere. Means if you fly in a flight, G's engine is there. If you take a echocardiography, you are using the G's ECG machine. So whatever, if you are doing a CT scan, everywhere G is there. G is there in the life of every Indian. So we are proud for the initiative of Government of India of GatiShakti. So we feel that you will be getting an opportunity to supply the equipment. If required, we can do the turnkey projects. If required, we can do the power island. And as I told, we have a very good joint venture company of BHL, where BHL is the licensee owner of GE. So if anywhere in this entire program, if you feel you have to avail the GE's GT, we are there. So thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Well, ladies and gentlemen, our next presentation is by Indradhanush Gas Grid Limited, and it will be presented by Mr. Pankaj Patwari, Chief Project Manager. Sir, may we have you on stage, please?
Very good afternoon to all. I will directly go to my presentation. So, Northeast Gas Grid Project. Northeast Gas Grid Project was conceived in line with Hydrocarbon Vision 2030 for Northeast India, released by MOPNG on 9th February 2016 to supply natural gas covering all 8 states of any region. The objectives of this hydrocarbon vision is to leverage the region hydrocarbon potential, to enhance access to clean fuel to industry, commercial, domestic, households, and transportation, improve availability of petroleum products, and facilitate economic development, and to link common people to the economic activities in this sector. To implement Northeast Gas Grid project, on 28th July 2018, a review agreement was signed by 5 PSUs with equal equity contribution, and a new company called Inaugural Gas Grid Limited was formed. These promoter companies are IOCL, ONGCL, Oil India, GAIL, and Numaligarh Refinery. And that project was, the foundation stone was laid by our Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji on 9th February 2009. That estimated capital cost of this project is 9,265 crore. Already government has approved 60% of VGF, which come around 5,559 crore. That rest fund will be come from equity, that 12% equity from each promoter company. Total, the 12% of total from 5 companies, and rest loan from YDB. That is around 28% of total capex. This total length of this project is around 1,656 kilometers. This project was categorized in 3 phases. First, Guwahati to Numaligarh, that line will go north bank of Brahmaputra, and before Numaligarh, there is a Dergaon to that Dimapur. This is first phase. That second phase, that from Guwahati, that the south bank, there is a place, Panikhaiti. From Panikhaiti to Silchar, then Silchar to Panishagar, then Agartala, and from Panishagar to Aizal, and that Silchar to Banaskandi, and some oil field, the Tulamara, and some spar line is there. In the first phase also there is from Guwahati to Itanagar, that spar line is also there. In the third phase, Dimapur, Kohima, Imphal, and Siliguri to Sikkim. We have already started our construction in the first phase and second phase. April 2021, we have started that first phase, that from Guwahati to Numaligarh line, and last November we have started Silchar to Agartala, that line. We have already completed almost 180 kilometer lowering in first phase. to Guwahati to Numaligarh, and that the highlight of that, there are almost 21 kilometer HDD is there, 5 rivers, which weight is almost 1 to 2 kilometers, and there are 3 big rivers, which weight is 4 kilometers. Plus Brahmaputra, including that Brahmaputra is having around 5.7 kilometer HDD. So total HDD length will be around 21 kilometer, and that all contractor has been already assigned. So in the month of March, that job will start, and we're planning to complete this first phase, Guwahati to Numaligarh, by the end of December 23. So this is the details. Guwahati Numaligarh, total length is 386 kilometers. That line diameter is 24 inch. It covers 9 districts of Assam. Then Guwahati Itanagar, that total distance is 27 kilometers. We have already received forest clearance in Assam and waiting for forest clearance from Arunachal land. So Dimapur, Dargaon Dimapur, the total length is 128 kilometers. That pipe diameter is 12 inch. And that forest clearance also, we are waiting for forest clearance. We have not received yet the first stage 1. Then Guwahati to Silchar, 196 kilometers. That pipeline size is 18 inch. Already pipe order for pipes has already placed. Line contract will be placed by the May 2022, and it will be commissioned in December 2023. Similarly, Silchar Agartala, I have already told that already we have started our jobs. That from Silchar to Panisagar, that diameter is 18-inch line, and that length is 112 kilometers, and that Panisagar to Agartala, that line length is 118 kilometers, and diameter is 18 inch. Already 47 kilometers welding has been completed, and almost 2.8 kilometers lowering has also be completed. The rest, that Panisagar, Aijal, and with that miscellaneous that lines, that is 257 kilometers. So it will also be pipeline order, for pipeline order has been placed, and line contractor will also be finalized by the March of this year. Similarly, Dimapur, Kohima, Imphal, 180 kilometers. Already PMC contractor has been line F. So it will be also finished by December 23. Siliguri, Gangtok, that line distance is 124 kilometers. It will be also finished by December 23. We have already had some agreement with NRL, AGCL, and Tripura Natural Gas Corporation Limited, and Hindustan Oil Exploration Limited. These are the anchor and potential industrial customers. And future expansion, that's Silchar to Imphal, that 250 kilometers. It is under ministry consideration. So Itanagar, Naharlagun, and Bandadua, that 50 kilometers, we have already, for recce job, we have already started. Similarly, Agartala to Bangladesh, there's a 50 kilometer expansion provision is there. Aijal to Sitwe, that Myanmar port, 587 kilometer, there will be future provision. Intervention is required for unified tariff for all customers, commercial customers is required. In GST waiver, in GST regime, that pipeline construction is not covered for input credit benefits. So GST waiver is required for more viable of this project. Then interconnectivity with local gas producers, that ENP operators should connect with our line, and that VAT reduction also required from state government. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Our next presentation is by Inaugural Refinery Limited. It will be presented by Mr. Bhaskar Jyoti Phukon, Managing Director, NRL. Kindly, sir.
It's not coming. No, somebody's. So we'll control this one. No? Very good afternoon. It is a very brief presentation. I hope I will not consume much time and bail would not be required. I am not very sure whether it will be very relevant to this. Numaligarh Refinery, next slide. Do I have to control it or? Achha. Yeah, Numaligarh Refinery is embarking on a capacity expansion project. It is a threefold expansion from 3 million ton to 9 million ton. And we also have a window open for future petrochemical production. Most of the refinery for their own survival in future, as fuel will see a destruction because of the advent of either EV or hydrogen, has to migrate to petrochemical production or some smart chemical production in future. NRL cannot be any exception, so they are also trying to have some portfolio for petrochemical production. We are already invested onto a biorefinery project, wherein we are trying to convert bamboo into ethanol. That is almost 6 crore liter per year. We have already got a paraffin project up and running. And we are also exporting product to Bangladesh and sporadically also to Myanmar. This is the product portfolio that we will have post-expansion. You may see now we are currently producing around 2.9 million ton of product, which is slated to go up to 8.4 million ton by the year 2024, fag end of 2024. See, one thing that we need to observe is that almost 0.8 million ton product will be solid product. So that will also determine the course of the way we do the logistic. As was mentioned in the morning, that our logistic cost is very, very high. From the day our refinery was commissioned, so we were always stressed that whether refinery will run, what will be the logistic cost like that. Finally, in 2006, we had this pipeline up to Siliguri terminal, wherein we are connected through a almost 600 kilometer pipeline from Numaligarh, owned by Oil India. That gave a big relief to us. Nevertheless, being tucked in one corner of the country because of the logistic constraint, we are having a huge tankage for both product and crude. So that actually put pressure on our balance sheet, and you will always find our inventory carrying cost is very, very high as compared to any other refinery which are not hinterland. So as we have seen, the GatiShakti initiatives may give some relief to this extent. See, as I have told that we are going to have 0.8 million ton of solid product, we can leverage the waterways
to evacuate those products at a very competitive price. We have two options to do that. We have a jetty at a tributary of Brahmaputra called Dhansiri. So which, if we come upstream from NW2, that is Brahmaputra, upstream to Dhansiri, we are almost very close to Numaligarh Tinali, which is on NH 37. Rather, it is a junction of NH 37 and 39. So, but that requires a dredging of a stretch of around 28 kilometers. We have tried to do that. Things are not very easy because once you dredge, actually you have to dump the earth by the side of the river. So there will be local resistance for that. So instead of that, what probably we can do, we will also write to IWAI whether we can have a jetty at a place called Dhansiri Mukh, which is on NW2 itself, and it only requires a new road connectivity of around 6 kilometers. And since the land is not occupied, they can develop a good port facility, and we can offer them a cargo upwards of 0.5 million ton in form of a dry cargo, maybe in container as cargo, mostly petrochemical product, petroleum coke and sulfur to start with. And subsequently, if we can develop some shore tank, we can actually reach our hydrocarbon, that liquid hydrocarbon products also to Dhaka. Dhaka has a riverine port called Narayanganj. So if we can reach Narayanganj, Dhaka has a very good product consumption. Actually, currently the Bangladesh consumes around 4.7 million ton of diesel itself. So which is slated to go up very rapidly because Bangladesh is also developing, and their GDP growth is double digit for many years now. So their per capita income has already crossed that of India, and in future their petroleum demand is likely to be around 7 million, despite their share of petroleum product is slated to come down from 25% currently to around 21% in the year 2030, because they are also embarking on the path of energy transition. Maybe their share of gas will go up as India is also planning. This is what we want to show, that post-expansion, though most of the products are going to Siliguri, from Siliguri we need extended rake loading. The rake loading from the current level of 1.2 million can increase to around 4 million ton. So we will need additional spar for rake loading, maybe 2 of them. We have land enough for 1. Another can come in the railway land, which is being shown in the next slide. So this is where maybe the GatiShakti association will be there. Apart from Bangladesh, we are also looking very seriously at Myanmar. Myanmar has a province called Sagaing province, which is a 30 lakh population and mostly unserviced. So there is a huge potential there if we can enter into that market, for which, again, in the morning it was told that for the Bangladeshi truck to come over to India, there is a need for a transshipment, because same truck cannot come from Bangladesh right up to Calcutta. Here is the same situation. The trucks which are moving from India to Myanmar has to get transshipped in Tammu. So either we have a installation at Tammu or More, that we can decide. But to have a serious export to Myanmar, at least to the Sagaing province, we need to have a petroleum installation either at More or at Tammu, just across the border. This is what we are planning for. I think I have come to the end of the slide. Thank you. Thank you for the patient hearing.
Thank you, sir, for your presentation. Our last presentation of the day is by Brahmaputra Cracker and Polymer Limited. It will be presented by Mr. Pranjal Sangmai, General Manager, Operations in Charge, BCPL.
A warm good afternoon to all of you. It is the last presentation. I should not engage you too long. I try to do it as per scheduled time. Government officials and senior officials from industry, ladies and gentlemen. And at the outset, I thank the organizer for giving us the opportunity to speak about the BCPL and sharing our thoughts. I think all of you know about the BCPL. So it is the largest petrochemical industry in the northeast India, and it is commissioned in the year 2016, January, and it is dedicated to the nation by Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the year 2016, February. And what our opportunity? Because in the Northeast, I think all of you know about the plastic. Though we are bad for, regarding we are producing plastic, but our requirement is, if you see in the per capita consumption in the Northeast, it is 3.5. And if you consider the Indian average, it is 11.5. And worldwide, it is 21 kg. So we are far behind. And there is a lot of opportunity for us, increasing the production and fulfill the requirement of the market. Of course, once BCPL coming into the market and we are producing the polymer, the mainly polyethylene and polypropylene, we are making polypropylene 60 KTA and polyethylene 220 KTA. And after coming up with BCPL, and if you see the scenario has been changed in the Northeast region, and earlier our industry, if you consider the downstream industry, it is hardly 125. The number is very less, and after BCPL, now it is 225. Downstream industry, lot of industry going up in the not only the Guwahati area, but other part of in Northeast region. And we are also in the doing regular interaction with the industrialist, and so in the Tinsukia also had one in the plastic parts is coming up, and is a government initiative. And it's not only socio-economic benefit of the Northeast region, and one of the important our food stack, that is we are supplying into the nearby Asian country also. We are regularly supplying it to the Bangladesh. And if you see in the diagram, that we have road connected to the Bangladesh, mainly the Dhaka. One is through the Dauki, that is a 880 kilometer, and another is through Siliguri. And presently we are operating through Siliguri road, and it is a longer distance, 15 kilometers. And the problem is that in the border area, there's a transit time is more. The 3 to 4 days is required in the border area to clearance the formalities. So that is, I think, after the GatiShakti initiative, then this transit time will be less. And another thing is that in the Dauki border, presently in the Dauki border, we are not operating because it's certain constraint in the Dauki border, and that is just open for your coal and supplying the stone. So, and if you see our product in the first slide, at the top, we are supplying our product to all over India because almost all states we are covering. So it is only possible because of the improvement of logistic and supply chain management. And we are supplying to, and if you see a lot of initiative has been taken by Government of India, and after this initiative, now our transit time will reduce. Now it is almost 1 or 2 days, is like less time. And already it's mentioned in my previous speakers regarding that we have a very good connectivity to Myanmar and also Bhutan also. So in future we can explore supplying the material to other Asian countries. And regarding the rail connectivity, so it is required for the BCPL, and we are procuring naphtha. Naphtha is one of the product. That is 40% our product, our raw material is belong to naphtha. So presently we are taking naphtha from IOCL Haldia and your HPCL Vizag. So there are a lot of government initiative in this regard. And if you see that after doubling the line and electrification of electrical, our railway, So now it is taking a less time, and also commissioning of the bogeybill, that is helpful for us. And if you see the connectivity, one more connectivity is already exists up to the Pandu, and that is from Haldia port, and this is using the Indo-Bangladesh protocol road. So that is already there. So I think in this month on 16 January, already one consignment has been shifted from Haldia port to Pandu area. So we are constantly discussing with the Indian Water and Port Authority of Kolkata Port, SMPK, so that we can extend it to the Bogeybill or Dibrugarh area. It is not only helpful for the BCPL, but it is going to helpful for all the Northeast industry. So that is already we are taking up. And if you see the current scenario, there is a lot of government initiative has been taken. The one is already all know the GST implementation and e-billing. That is helpful for us. And another thing is that if you see that fast track also implemented. So what will benefit for us, for the industry? And the industrial benefit, it is our own data. Where is a 27% transit time reduced because of this government initiative. And not only it is reduced by transit time, but if you see the accident, number of accidents is drastically reduced. And of course, ultimately we get a better realization. This is the connectivity. I think already explained regarding the connectivity already means the Uja Ganga that is connected to the Guwahati, and again Indodonus connecting the all northeast state. And one more thing is already we have 950 kilometer of network in the Upper Assam area, so that we can use that area for our future expansion in the northeast region. This current scenario of BCPL, so our requirement is more than 6 million of natural gas, but currently we are getting only hardly 5 to 6 million. So there is a lot of scope for getting natural gas so that we can process in our setup. That is one thing. Another thing is that we are totally dependent upon the downstream industry also, because in case of some shutdown or some disturbance in the downstream industry, and we have to reduce our production. So that is the drawback today we have. And also one thing is that C2 plus content in the natural gas, that is a bit low. So we are proposing that we can explore the thing that if we connect the one more line, and which is connecting the Oil Max and GOM Pro and HOAC Veranta, so that it can connect to our main gas grid, so that in future, sustainability of the BCPL project, not only BCPL, like all the downstream industry, including our fertilizer and all power plant, and including the tea garden. So that will be a very good step if it is coming up. And we are going for the expansion of our unit, and we are putting 2 more units, as a Butene 1 plant and SPG2, and already it is sanctioned by Government of India. That is 385 crore. And this Butene 1, that is we required as a raw material for processing in our downstream industry. And SPG2, we are going for the more value-added product. That is from SPG1 to SPG2, we get more realization after commissioning of the plant. And we are in a constantly task with the Lamas, which are licensor of our main K-Carb unit. So we are going for 40% increasing our load. But definitely it needs certain the feedstock, the assurance from our industry. And benefit of our expansion plan, definitely domestic natural gas to a value-added product we can produce. And definitely socio-economic of the Northeast region, we are getting more benefit. So thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. And that was the last presentation of the day. So now may I invite Deputy Secretary, Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, Shri Anand Jha, to kindly deliver the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, everyone. Respected colleagues from Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, members and officials of Petroleum and Natural Gas Regulatory Board, distinguished session speakers, colleagues from oil and gas sector, officials from central government and state governments, industry representatives, ladies and gentlemen. It is my privilege to have the opportunity to propose a vote of thanks at GatiShakti Northeastern Zonal Conference on behalf of the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas and on my own behalf. I extend my heartfelt thanks and gratitude to the dignitaries who have graced today's conference. We have had a truly involved and participative response to this conference. We were honored to have the august presence of Honorable Chief Minister of Assam, Shri Hemant Biswa Sarma, Honorable Minister for Petroleum and Natural Gas and Housing and Urban Affairs, Shri Hardeep Singh Puri, Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum and Natural Gas and Labour and Employment, Shri Rameshwar Teli, Shri C.M. Patovari, Honorable Minister of Industries and Transport, Assam, Shri Kesab Mahanta, Honorable Minister of Health and Family Welfare, Assam, Shri V. Kasiso Sangtam, Honorable Minister of Geology and Mining and Soil and Water Conservation, Nagaland, Shri Kunga Nima Lepcha, Honorable Minister of Education, Law and Parliamentary Affairs, Land Revenue, Sikkim, and Shri Manoj Kantidev, Honorable Minister, Industries and Commerce, Tripura, among others in the conference. Their insights provided invaluable guidance for realization of various objectives of PM GatiShakti National Master Plan for development of infrastructure in the northeastern region of the country. I express my deep gratitude to Shri Pankaj Jain, Secretary MOPNG, whose continuous guidance and support helped us organize this conference. Today, all of us have witnessed thought-provoking discussions on how the PM GatiShakti National Master Plan will be a game changer in developing Indian infrastructure and logistics with world-class standards, and how the natural gas industry in India stands to benefit from it. I take this opportunity to thank Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, Ministry of Civil Aviation, officials of Adani Total Gas Limited, GE Power Private Limited, and Ministry of Railways for making presentations in today's conference, which provided a context and set the tone for deliberations. I also thank BCPL, IGGL, and Numaligarh Refineries Limited for sharing details about the various aspects related to infrastructure development in the Northeast region. The PM GatiShakti National Master Plan, which is a digital platform, will bring 16 ministries together for integrated planning and coordinated implementation of infrastructure connectivity projects, and will lend a fresh impetus to the development of northeastern gas grid and ensure pipeline connectivity to all the states of Northeast. The presentation by Baizagan on GatiShakti portal, along with a demonstration and interaction, gave us an insight into the thought process behind this portal and the massive potential it holds in enabling integration and seamless connectivity for movement of goods, services, and people. We are also extremely thankful to the GAIL and IUCL team for their untiring efforts for organizing this conference. Our special thanks also to our friends from media for the support and cooperation. I once again thank all the distinguished guests, dignitaries, speakers, and delegates who have joined us here and participated wholeheartedly to make this conference a success. Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. Once again, thank everyone for your presence and for making it a success. Thank you one, thank you all. Jai Hind.